This is how I went about correcting a starter problem with my Onan 5.5 kW generator installed in a 2000 Forest River 346 Georgetown motorhome. The problem was I went to start the motorhome and all I got was a click. No turning over of the starter or starting of the engine. Next, I checked the grounds and they were good, clean, and checked all the fuses and they were good. And next I opened the little box that the starter switch is on the generator itself, and took a test light and hooked one end to the ground and the end of the pointer on the test light to the outside of the solenoid to see if I was getting power through the solenoid, and the light lit, so this meant the starter was bad. Now, because the starter is buried in the back side of the generator, I am going to need to find a way to drop that down so that I can get at the starter. And looking things over, I can see that two of the main wires can be disconnected, but the third wire, which I'll show you in another picture, isn't long enough to drop it down to the ground. And the door, the access door, is not as wide as the pan on the bottom of the generator. So I'm going to have to drop it down part way, pull the back wheels off, so I got access to the side of the generator. When it slid down, and you'll see in the next picture or two, so that I can get access to that starter. And this is going to take a little engineering and jury rigging to do. Okay, now that the side pan is down, you can see the starter and the area that I can work to take that starter off. And in the process of doing that, I can see that the fuel pump is weeping, and that means that it should be changed, because I'm not going to go through this again if I can help it. And we'll change that and be back when the parts are back on. Now the generator is jacked back up in place, and this is a shot of with the bolts back in, and it's all back in place. And You can see where I'm going to have to put the wheels back on here. And now we can proceed to seeing if our endeavor was successful. Time to test to see if my efforts were in vain or not. I took 2 days to get it all apart, day and a half to get parts, and it's been from 8 this morning until now, which is about 12:20, 12:30. Let's see what the results are going to be here. Yay! I thought it was impossible to do, but we got the starter and the fuel pump in with just dropping it down enough so that I could get under the side cowling. Oh, made my heart flutter for a second. Thought I was going to quit.